Oh yeah, so Cannes Film Festival shaping up to be a bit of a disappointment by the sounds of it. Uh, currently, Adam Sandler is frontrunner to win Best Actor. I think the jury are probably a bit too snobby to allow that to happen, but it would be quite brilliant. The Mayor of Its Stories is one of about 3 films that is actually getting decent reviews, sort of across the board. There have been some positive notices for like Happy End and Killing of a Sacred Deer, but mostly it's just sort of like, a lot of very divisive. Hopefully, The Beguiled will not disappoint and will swoop out of nowhere and will win the Palme d'Or, appealing to both the art house types of Park Chan-wook and Paolo Sorrentino, as well as the Hollywood types like Jessica Chastain and Will Smith. I can't believe Will Smith's on the Cannes jury. That is amazing. I hope he secretly turns out to be a massive stand for Loveless. He loves Sans Vague, the Battement par minute, or whatever it's called. Let's continue. So okay, so Sarah just beat the shit out of Hector for because so that Elliewood and Lynn could die together, I guess. Meanwhile, Lynn and Elliewood were still fighting, but then Roy came, jumping above 5 soldiers, and he sliced them with his sword and joined Elliewood and Lynn. "Roy, it's good to see you here," Lynn said. "Weird, I'm fighting with my fathers." Yeah. Is there something or a channel Chris hasn't told us about Lynn? I'm fighting with my fathers, Roy thought. "Do you need any help?" Elliewood looked at Roy and nodded. "Yes, they're trying to kill us now." Just then, they quickly formed a triangle formation because more soldiers were now outnumbering them. Now they were getting in a big trouble. Do you have any ideas?" Lynn asked. Elliewood glanced at every soldier. "We must attack now," Elliewood ordered, and the big ordeal of soldier ran towards them, yelling a war cry. Suddenly, a horse came, jumping above the soldiers, and above the horse there was a man with purple hair, a small purple beard, dark orange armor with a pale yellow shirt underneath, white pants, dark orange armored knee pads, and brown shoes using a lance. He sounds like a fucking badass. I want to be that guy. I want to run into a battlefield with a fucking purple beard and just kill bitches. That'll be great. I don't mean women. I mean people in general. I do not advocate violence specifically against women. That's discriminatory and bad. I was. When he appeared, he quickly used his lance to stab the soldiers. See? Soldiers. Not specifically women soldiers, just general soldiers. I'm not sexist, you see. I'm egalitarian. Not only he was alone, but another man with green hair, orange armor with a dark purple shirt underneath, armored orange gloves, armored orange knee pads, dark green pants, and brown shoes using a lance, came slicing more soldiers and helping the trio from the assault. Apparently the village people showed up to this battle. It's my mentor, Marcus, Roy thought, surprised after seeing the man of the horse. "Are you all right?" Marcus asked. "Thanks to you," Roy said, nodding. "Good," the other man said. Haha, get it? 'Cause like buff men with high voices. I've never made that joke before. The other man said, "Even Sarah is working hard in this battle." "Or she's just only hitting Hector every single second." Marcus looked at Elliewood. "Elliewood, the assault is working from the beginning. We just need more time until the wall of soldiers blocking us retreats." Elliewood nodded. "Alert our troops to keep their movements, Oswin," he said to the other man. "Yes," Oswin said. "Try to shield Sarah from any enemy." Roy gasped in shock inside his mind. "Oh no!" Lynn noticed that Roy was a little nervous. "It's something wrong, Roy?" No. Everything is fine, Roy said, sweating. Elliowood looked at the castle. All right, our next territory is the castle. Marcus, go on and tell them, but keep yourself safe from the attacks of the enemy. Marcus nodded. Sounds good, he said, and he left, riding his horse. Then Oswin went towards Sarah to protect her, but Roy was thinking about something. Is Elliowood even aware that I'm his son? Roy thought, annoyed. Why the fuck would he think that was the case? He doesn't know about interdimensional fucking time travel or whatever. Kylan Castle, entrance. Meanwhile, Priscilla's group were infiltrating the castle, avoiding the guards and using Rebecca's arrows to take them down. I just want to note that I do know how to pronounce the word infiltrating. I was just mocking the fact that Aura Channeler Chris does not know how to write it. But fair enough, it's a complicated word, and really it's just one little typo, so I shouldn't be that critical about it. Frankly, it could be worse. At least it's decipherable. Using Rebecca's arrows to take them down. Where do you think the prison is? Guy asked. Let's see. Quick, hide! Chris whispered when he heard a group of soldiers coming their way. They hid behind a wall as the footsteps were coming closer, but before Marth could attack, Priscilla stopped him. Hey, what's the big deal? Martha whispered angrily. Shh, they're talking! Priscilla whispered, trying to hear the conversation. Send more guards to the prison to prevent the prisoners from escaping, a guard ordered. Roger! Many guards said, running to the prison, and they left. Priscilla's group then got out of their hiding spot, and silently they followed the guards without making any sound. Prison. Inside a cell, a monk with long blonde hair, wearing a long white cape, light blue shoes, a long light yellow belt, and dark brown boots, was sitting next to another man. His hair was dark red. He was wearing purple clothes, a belt, white pants, light brown boots, and a shoulder pad on his left shoulder. On his wrist, he was wearing a bandage on his left wrist and a glove on his left wrist. There was a sword on his belt, but it was guarded by the guardians of the prison that were increasing in numbers. Okay. Lord Raven, what are we going to do now? The monk asked, whispering to the other man. Grr, this is getting too stupid, Lucius. Why are so many guards taking care of the prison this time? Raven whispered to Lucius, the monk. Didn't you heard? There is war just outside the castle. Lucius was interrupted. Hey you, stop talking, a guard ordered angrily. On top of that, there are like 20 guards close to this prison now, Raven said. I have no choice but to... Wait, someone is coming. Lucius whispered to Raven when he saw 5 persons hiding behind a wall while they were ducking. Damn it, there are many guards in there, Guy whispered. What are we going to do now? Marth asked, thinking. Well, I have no choice, Chris said, standing up. What is your plan? Priscilla asked, whispering. Chris closed his eyes. Well, I'm going to gather up my courage and take one for the team, he whispered, opening his eyes in a serious tone, walking towards the cell where Lucius and Raven were being held. The guards noticed Chris approaching and they pointed their swords at him. Stop! Now enter the cell if you don't want to die now. Oh, sorry, no, yeah, they're telling him to go into the cell. Whatever. Stop, now enter the cell if you don't want to die now, a guard demanded. He has guts to fight against 20 guards, Raven said. All right, well, I will, Chris said, taking out his sword and dropping it on the floor. The weight caused a perfect image of the sword in the floor, and everyone's sweat dropped at this. But first, I want to do something else before surrendering. Huh? Rebecca wondered. Just then, exclusively Rebecca? Was Aura Channeler Chris just thinking, I haven't made Rebecca do anything in a while, let's have her wonder about Chris's mental state. Rebecca wondered. Just then, Chris got in a weird position and he started to Wes dance.